On August 4th, 1914, Great Britain declared war on Germany. This act plunged the world into the abyss of World War I, and with it, the vast British Empire. The Empire's entry into the war was not a spontaneous decision, but rather a calculated response to Germany's violation of Belgian neutrality. Britain, bound by treaty to protect Belgium, perceived this act as a direct threat to the balance of power in Europe. The British government, led by Prime Minister H.H. Asquith, believed that German aggression, if left unchecked, would destabilize the continent and ultimately threaten the Empire's interests. The Kaiser's ambition, as perceived by British leadership, needed to be contained. The stakes were high. Failure to act decisively could have resulted in a Europe dominated by Germany, a prospect unacceptable to the British. Moreover, the British Empire, with its global network of colonies and dominions, had a vested interest in maintaining the existing world order. The Empire's prosperity rested on free trade and open sea lanes, both of which were endangered by German expansionism. A German victory, many feared, would lead to the imposition of unfavorable trade terms and potentially the seizure of British colonies. Thus, the decision to enter the war, while difficult, was driven by a complex web of strategic considerations and a sense of moral obligation. The British Empire, with its vast resources and manpower, was ready to play a pivotal role in the conflict that would forever change the course of history. The British Empire at the outbreak of World War I was a sprawling entity encompassing a quarter of the globe and its population. This vast network of territories, from the self-governing dominions of Canada, Australia and New Zealand to the colonies of India and Africa, rallied to the Empire's cause. The response to the call to arms was remarkable. Millions of men from across the Empire volunteered to fight for king and country. They joined regiments from their homelands, their ranks swelled by a shared sense of duty and loyalty to the crown. The Canadians, known for their tenacity, would earn a reputation for their bravery on the battlefields of France and Belgium. The Australians and New Zealanders, forming the famed Anzac Corps, displayed extraordinary courage in the ill-fated Gallipoli campaign. From India, the jewel in the Empire's crown, came 1 million men, forming the largest volunteer army in history. These soldiers, serving on multiple fronts, faced not only enemy fire but also the prejudice of a segregated army. Their sacrifice, often overlooked, played a crucial role in sustaining the British war effort. The contributions of the Empire's colonial troops were not limited to the battlefields. Millions more served as labourers, stretcher bearers and support staff, freeing up British troops for combat roles. Their efforts were essential to maintaining the logistical backbone of the war effort, ensuring the steady flow of supplies and reinforcements. Throughout the long and grueling years of World War I, the British Empire's forces were engaged in numerous battles, each leaving an indelible mark on the collective memory of the nations involved. From the trenches of the Western Front to the deserts of the Middle East, the Empire's soldiers fought with valor and determination. The Battle of the Somme, one of the bloodiest battles in human history, stands as a grim testament to the horrors of trench warfare. British and Empire troops, attacking alongside their French allies, suffered staggering losses on the first day of the offensive, July 1st, 1916, yet they persevered, displaying remarkable resilience in the face of unimaginable adversity. In the Middle East, the Gallipoli campaign, an attempt to knock the Ottoman Empire out of the war, ended in costly failure. The landings at Gallipoli, spearheaded by Australian and New Zealand troops, were met with fierce resistance from the Turkish defenders. The campaign, marked by strategic blunders and heavy casualties, had a profound impact on the national psyche of Australia and New Zealand. The Battle of Passchendaele, fought in the mud and blood of Flanders, further exemplified the brutality of the Western Front. British and Empire troops, battling relentless German resistance and appalling weather conditions, gained little ground at a terrible cost. The battle became synonymous with the futility and horror of trench warfare.